So we're officially back. We're back from the vacation. Vacation was good overall. But I'm definitely happy to be back, I would say. Taking a break's nice. Going on a little trip, spending some time with your family. It's always a good thing. But it is good to get back to the gym, back to the grind, back to the cut. So a little update. A couple days before I actually left for my vacation, I went to my family's. And I've got some friends down there, so I went and hit a couple lifts with them. Did a little bit of a progress update, a little self-evaluation on how my cut is going. So, that being said, overall, cut's going really well. I'm happy with the progress that I was making, that I've made so far. But this is where, now that I'm back from my vacation, I'm super dialed in. So before my vacation, I was eating with where my calories were allowing me to have the occasional treat, whether that's a cinnamon roll or whatever it is. And that was because I kind of knew going on vacation itself, it's really hard to consistently track your macros, track your protein intake, track your calories when you're on a vacation, especially if it's in a different country. It's doable, yes, but if you're not the one that's planning the vacation, where I was just kind of along for the ride, it makes it a lot harder to kind of track your calories, be accurate, stuff like that. So that being said, I definitely still did track my macros, track my protein, track my calories over the duration of my vacation. But it is, a little less accurate. And it's a vacation, so you don't really get those experiences too often. So you want to enjoy them. You want to try the different food. You want to try the different stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, obviously, we probably went a little bit over some days. That being said, I was doing a lot of hiking. We went on this safari thing, did some zip lining, so I still got a little bit of activity in. It's not weight training, but I'll use it to validate myself. Just let me have the win. So, yeah, overall pretty good. So the cut up until now was, I wouldn't say lax. We definitely were cutting for sure, but we are still giving ourselves a little bit of room to play, where now that we're back from our vacation, we don't have anything coming up, we can really just dial in on that. So my protein intake is still remaining the same. Gonna shoot for around that 170 grams of protein. In terms of calories, I was doing 2,000 calories, which was working pretty good. That was roughly half a pound a week. And that's with the little bits of sugar that I was eating there. So now that we're back, we're dropping that. I'm going to shoot for probably around 17 to 1,800 calories a day, which is just going to clean up that little bit, those little treats that I've had. It's just essentially cleaning that up. So my diet's going to just be super clean. I don't even like calling it a diet, because a diet kind of makes it seem like you don't enjoy the food you eat. I enjoy eating the same food. I don't really get tired of eating chicken and rice 5 times a day. Some people do. I don't. So that's kind of the plan for the next probably 6 weeks, I think, is really just stay consistent with that clean eating. And yeah, additionally, with the cut, I also did a little bit of a kind of physique check-in, a little self-physique check-in, if you will. And overall, really happy with the progress I'm making physique-wise. Legs are looking very solid. I would say with confidence that my legs are definitely some of my strongest spots in my body. But a trade-off of that is going to be weak spots for me are going to be arms and back. So with that little kind of self-evaluation, self-check, we're going to be emphasizing our legs and back. So instead of our 2 leg days a week, so I was doing 2 leg days a week and 2 chest days a week. So now the second leg day, which would be today, we're going to do mainly back. So mainly back and a little bit of biceps. So what I'm thinking we do for the workout is start off with RDLs. That'll still get a little bit of our hamstring activation in, which is not a bad thing. And then I'm thinking no belt for RDLs. So I'm thinking we leave the weight a little bit lighter and do no belt. Really trying to focus on that squeeze through our lower back to get our back warmed up, get that activation going. And then we'll work into a couple of back exercises, probably a couple of row variations, a couple pull down variations, something like that. We'll see how we're feeling, of course. And then from there, we'll probably work into a little bit of biceps. So for biceps, I'm thinking we do preacher curls, obviously. And then we'll do a superset of reverse grip easy bar curls straight into hammer curls. And I think that should be pretty solid for terms of a workout. I'll see how we feel though once we're in, and I might take out the preacher curls and do just the superset, but we'll see. So we'll get in there. Of course, you know the usual. Get our mobility going, get all stretched out, get ready to go, and then we will pick you guys back up. All right, first set. So no belt because I want to really focus on the squeeze through my lower back. Really trying to focus on the activation there. Yeah, that was way solid. With no belt, I really get a good squeeze like right through there. On to the next. I forgot to charge my headphones. They're seconds from dying. So for these, really gonna focus on bringing my elbow, trying to touch like my knee with it, trying to get a stretch right to where your lats insert. do like 2 more of those. All right. On to the next. So yeah, these feel. I got super sunburnt on my trip. Well, not like super sunburnt, a little sunburnt. And it like is rubbing on my shoulders because that's where it's burnt. Oh my goodness. Back day was a terrible choice to hit for the places that my shoulders were burnt. But it's over. It was a good workout. Solid back day. Way happy to be back. No pun intended with that one. But yeah. And cardio was completed, obviously. Got to do the cardio. So yeah, overall, really solid. Tomorrow is gonna be probably shoulders and chest. So chest and triceps and shoulders with a little bit more of an emphasis on shoulders, because I really need to start focusing on that, because that's another one of my weak points. But yeah, and then just back to the routine, back to just eating clean, staying hydrated. That's honestly my biggest thing, is coming back from my trip. I was super hydrated my whole trip, so I've just been trying to pound the fluids and get all that hydration stored back up. But yeah, so I'll probably go eat something, not something crazy, just get some protein in my system, and then go from there and get ready for the lift tomorrow. I'm hoping that my sunburns slowly start to like go away and they won't be as bad tomorrow, because they're still a little bit tender. So like depending on the lift I do, my shirt kind of rubs on it and it's just irritating. It's not a big deal, but you know, so that's what I get. So I will see you guys tomorrow for shoulders. Peace.